on.
Here we are, the beginning of the goddess circle, a couple of minutes to go, and we have just scanned the aura. Look at that, interesting, look at that. So we have a pretty high overall energy level at 75. And I am seeing that almost all the energy centers, but the third eye are super high. You seeing that too? Right, so the third eye is got some stuff going on, is at 54%, and everything else is over 86%. Okay, so now we start the analysis and we say, okay, Healy, go and check what's going on in those 3 weaker energy centers, and most of all in the third eye. I'm curious. Second chakra, 95% relevance. So it's a really high relevance for the group. The person tries to live their sexuality by experiencing oneness and thus can no longer perceive themselves. So we've got something about sexuality and self-perception. And the topic of oneness. Okay, I would make a guess that we've got quite a lot of energetic lovers in this group. Then again, 93%, a high relevance, again in the second chakra. There is a mental image of sexuality causing a lack of feelings, and I'll put mental sexuality. On we go, 84%. Emotions are perceived more and more clearly so that the fear of feelings becomes less and less frequent. So less, that's good news. Less fear of emotions. And, you could not note down things that, are relevant to you, because that's a good way to make the unconscious conscious. Then we have in the 5th energy center, the person is insecure and cannot express themselves. So we have insecurity in expression. 5th chakra. The person has learned to express themselves emotionally and thus keep control on the outside, emotional expression. So, of course, when we come from a place of power, we are not coming from that emotional place, right? We're aware of the emotions, we can feel them, and yet we don't engage with them because we come from that state of neutrality and power. So that's what that means. And then in the third eye, we have the person knows that they are a spiritual being. Because of this perception, they are not identifying with a physical form. So they can see behind the things of life and understand every situation in life as an experience of human consciousness. This is an expression of harmony. Wow, I love that. I'm going to take a screenshot of that, because that's awesome, right? So that means that the awareness of self in the goddess circle is high, right? We're totally aware we're spiritual beings. And we might want to have a little more connection with our body. Okay, so connection with body, there's something going on there. Physical form. Okay. Then we have, based on their mental awareness, the person has realized that their spiritual experiences are perceived differently. They perceive their longing for spirituality. Longing for spirituality. Okay, and we should be coming to the end. 6th chakra, again, third eye. The person has learned to reduce themselves through sexuality or eroticism. Reduction in eroticism and sexuality. Okay. Person knows that they refuse to live one or more themes of the throat chakra. They're showing avoidance behavior. Okay. Throat chakra has avoidance behavior. That was it. Okay. So now let's let everyone in to the circle and the mirror. Oh, there's Mirella, jolly good. And before we hit send, let's ground down. Notice the roots growing out of the soles of your feet, the coccyx of your spine. Take a nice deep breath and Imagine those roots going down, 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 down into the ground. Connect to the core of the earth. Let's bring that energy of the core of the earth up into our hearts. Breathe it in. Say to yourself, I am safe. I am grounded. That's right. One more breath. Good. Now we'll hit vibrate for the next 56 minutes, I'd say. And I'll stop screen sharing. Hello, how beautiful to see you all. So are you ready? You're receiving the good energies already. Feel them in the vortex, notice them. Now, know that even if you were to just sit in silence for this entire time with a nice straight spine, nice straight neck, and just focus on your breath, you would most likely be doing more than everybody else here. Okay, so in these Golden Goddess gatherings, you're really invited to tune into your heart, into your goddess being, and do what's right for you. We're just here to set the tone, to give you that space to do you. Okay, so this is your permission to do you, as long as you don't disturb anybody else here. You're good, right? As long as you're being kind to yourself, you're good. Okay, so tap your shoulder and say, I'm good. I am so good. Then take the other hand and let's do a crossover. And then we give ourselves a little huggle snuggle and we say, I am so good. All is good. Stroke down your upper arms. This is a tool that is coming from the tool called havening, emotional havening. That's giving yourself that haven, which is a safe place, okay? And one of you is already doing it. Take that energy into your face and say, oh, I'm so good. I am so good. Take it down your neck, stroke your neck. I'm so good. Bring it into your heart. Stroke that beautiful heart of yours. I'm so good. Okay, and now I'm going to show you a new hack. Okay, I tried this out on the weekend and I friggin' love it. Okay, so we're going to do the ultimate brain fuck, which means that we do one thing with our body and our consciousness, and then the other thing with our awareness. You know where I'm going. We're going to do the Christallin Command in a new empowered form. Okay, so for all those that are maybe new today, I don't know who's new today. Is anybody here for the first time? I always like knowing if there's a first. Oh, there you go. So this is how we set our intention. So when we set intentions, and we do that as conscious creatrixes, right? We want to set our intention in a very calm, grounded state. So that means we've done the grounding, we connect to the earth, and now we're going to bring that same sense of calm into our mind. Why do we do that? Because when we relax our brain, and we bring our brain waves into the theta brainwave zone, we are wirelessly connected to the universe. We're energetic beings, right? So when we're in that perfect state, connected to the universe, it is the perfect time to set an intention, to tell the universe, hey, this is where we're going. This is what I want to see happening, okay? So how we do that, real simple. You get in a nice upright position, neck straight, spine straight, suck the belly into the spine, your navel, right? Suck your navel into your spine. Make sure your pelvis is tipped a little bit forward, okay? Okay. Still notice that little curve in the bottom of your back. Good. Now, close your eyes. Roll them up as if you're looking through the crown of your head. This brings your brain into theta. Now, keep them rolled up there and then say out loud, even if I don't know how, to co-create the best golden goddess circle now that aligns us all to our highest good, our highest selves, to create financial freedom, peace, and love, and health, and joy for us all I do know is it is so now. And I am fulfilled. I delete all that could stop me. And I download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, Thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. One more breath. That is the standard Christallin Command. Okay, got it? You know the formula. Now we're going to ramp it up a notch. You're going to go here and you're going to make these circles around your heart. Okay, now again, close your eyes, roll them up, and then say, even if I don't know how to create the best day ever today for myself and everyone around me to show up as my greatest, grandest self, all I do know is it is so now, and I am fulfilled. I delete, delete, delete all that could stop me. I download, download, download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be, or something even better. One more breath. Let it go with a sigh and relax. And now just notice, take a moment and just notice what's different. Notice how you feel right now. I'm going to go ahead and put me on a spotlight. And then I'd love Mirella and Linda to join me. So let's see where I can find Mirella here. And then tell me in the chat how you feel right now. What did you notice by doing this differently? Did you notice anything? What happened? Linda, Mirella, how about you?
Good morning. Well, for me, it was like a bumpy ride because the computer had difficulties. I needed to run from left to right with the computer to be in. And I did this, and suddenly I'm in the midst of the storm. So I'm in.
Nice. And did you notice a difference by doing this thing while you're saying the command?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you notice?
The connection with my mind and my body by touching it.
Right. I think, yes, you've nailed it. I don't know what it was, but I did it while I was doing my breath work, right? So I was doing my breath, then I was setting my intention, then I was pumping my pelvis, and then I was doing the rolling of the eyes. And I noticed, damn, this took me into this ultra connection, I think because of the physical touch, right? Because we're bringing the body and the mind into one. Thank you for sharing that. Mirella, how about you?
Yeah, I've got the same. First I was like calm, but now I feel my body. Now I'm connected with my body and more aware of where I am, and it feels more energetic, more like, come on, bring it on. Yeah.
Nice. I also love how Linda said, it's like I now know I'm in the eye of the storm. Because that's so important to notice, right? Because there is there's storms going on. I mean, know that, right? We have massive solar storms going on. Some of you maybe were part of the conversation at the lighthouse I had yesterday with Andrea, an astrologist and feng shui master. It was in German, so not everybody might have been there, right? But she was explaining what's going on energetic level, on astrological level, also according to feng shui currently. And adding to that, we had a peak in the Schumann resonance yesterday it was so fun, right? About an hour before the conversation at the lighthouse started, there was this peak in the Schumann resonance. And I was like, wow, what's going on? And then I was reading the kind of notes on that from the group of the Schumann resonance people. And they were saying, these are crystalline downloads that were happening at around, I think it was 3 p.m. and European time yesterday. And they were crystalline downloads. And I thought, oh, crystalline downloads? That sounds interesting. And then they said, what we might have noticed or what these do is that they release emotional charge in our epidermis. That's our skin, right? And the thing that came to my mind when I read that was, it's the fascia. It's the fascia. Remember the fascia, this neural network that's in our body everywhere, connecting all our organs. It's the skin. It's like cling film, you know, what you use in the kitchen to wrap stuff. It's like that. And it's wrapped around every single muscle strand, around every bundle of muscles, around the organs. It lines our whole body. And there's so much research on the fascia that this is actually not only a neural network, but it's also where trauma is stored. And that, you know, I've been doing a lot of trauma release work for myself, but also with clients, right? Noticing that such an important part of trauma release is the physical release. It's the body animal that needs to learn safety again, because otherwise we might be great up here. We might even know it in our hearts, but our bodies are not cooperating with us, because many of us, it's a normal pattern to disassociate.
Yeah.
So when we go through an emotional shock, something that just flashed the system, that could be anything. That can be a fall off a ladder, off a horse. It can be tripping over something and not being able to see where you're falling. There's a big difference whether when you fall, you see yourself falling and your body can respond, or if it happens like going backwards and you didn't see where you were falling to. That in itself makes a huge difference in the trauma response of the body. And then we know that the fascia kind of keeps these imprints. So the body knows. And that's the reason why sometimes we can touch ourselves or be touched in a certain part of our body, and it's like the fire is going off, right? Because it's a trigger point. That's why I'm a big fan of trigger point massage. I do a lot of massage on clients too, because I always incorporate the body too. Of course, it takes a lot of trust and a safe setting and all that. But when we are able to really incorporate the body in our work, it becomes that much more powerful. And by us touching our hearts, and also, you know, it's like with the switch, our conscious mind is absolutely maxed out. I mean, doing this, rolling your eyes up, saying something, giving a command, it's too much for the conscious mind. And that's great, because what that means, it goes right into the unconscious mind. And never underestimate the power of a command to the unconscious mind while you're in a perfect state. Those are the resets where miracles happen just like that. And then after that, interesting, the eye of the storm, place of calm, is where we need to be for these next coming 3 months. Okay, so I hope we'll be able to get a transcript of yesterday's call and then maybe put it into some automatic translation. I don't know, can't promise it yet, but maybe we'll do that. But the synopsis of the conversation yesterday was that, you know, Pluto and Neptune and Saturn, they're all doing freaky things. And they are in a constellation that they only come into very, very seldomly. But while they're in this constellation, things are going to be rocky. The ride is going to be bumpy. There are a lot of things going to be happening on Earth, from possibly storms and tsunamis and floods and all that shizzle, right? And then we have the political situation. We have the financial situation. I mean, we've just had Swiss banks going down. Oh, no, they were just saved just at the thing. It's interesting, right? So there's going to be a lot going on. And I'm sure you've also noticed that people around us, some of them are losing it. Anybody noticing?
Yeah.
So our job as golden goddesses is to keep finding the eye of the storm. Keep centering yourself. Keep doing your goddess breath. Keep doing the tools, the tapping, the intention setting, the massaging of the heart, the self-pleasuring. Do those things and know that those moments when you don't want to do them are the ones when you want to do the most, you need to do the most. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
And I think the beauty of this group is that we have each other to remind ourselves and each other.
Yeah, so true. This is the proof that we can do it together, that there are more people like us thinking the same way, feeling the same way, and then we are a safe haven with each other. And I think that's so important to, even if you're sick or not feeling well, just tune in, do your camera off or whatever, but be there, show up. It's the best thing ever. And even when it's difficult. And I think that's also the unconscious thing to say to yourself, to your unconsciousness, I am standing up for myself. I think I'm important, I'm worthy to be here and to show up. Yes,
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm just taking notes because I love what you're saying. the three affirmations I am just writing down, they're just coming through, is I am a safe haven. I am my safe haven. I think I like that even better. I am my safe haven.
I have a lot of conversations with clients who say like they want to put a protection around them or whatever. But I always say, but if you are feeling the strong truth about I'm always safe, because we are always safe. And if you are not tuning into getting protection, if you are you turn it around, that's even more powerful. And that people say, yeah, I see, if you do continue doing this, then this will happen. Yes, of course it will happen, because your energy is focused on that.
It has to.
Yeah, that's
the thing is, we have to keep going, right? It's that fall down, straighten your crown, get up again. Come on.
Yeah,
and get up, straighten your crown.
And it's happening before us, because then we know the contrast. So then you because we weren't allowed to voice our desires and all that stuff. So if you ask somebody how are you feeling or what do you want, I don't know. So it's so important to know and to feel what your needs are, and even if they're not met, to voice them and to stand up for them. That's also showing up for yourself. Yeah,
that's right. So this is also your gentle reminder to show up at the Golden Goddess retreat. Girls, come on, that you know what effort it takes to, and trust on my side, despite of everything's going on, to go ahead and book this place, because it's happening. This Golden Goddess retreat is happening. And I really want you to show up. I know it's investment of time and money. I know that also for me. And we will always have to have these beautiful moments where we get to make a choice. Yeah. Is it worth investing into that? You know it. I mean, those of you who have been here now for nearly a year, we're celebrating, it's coming up to a year of the English Golden Goddess Circle gathering. You know that every time you show up here, you go away feeling better. So can you imagine what's going to happen when we spend 2.5 days together? I mean, you're going to be flying home.
And I'm so very proud of the prize we created for it. You know, it's if you see how other retreats are costing, then because we want everybody to show up.
Yes,
this is so yeah, it's possible, doable.
Absolutely. I you know, when I last time decided to gather goddesses, and I did a little retreat, just 12 ladies in Austria, right? It was in the middle of COVID. And I was like, this has to happen. I need this to happen. And it filled up within 2 weeks. We were done, right? But it was a much higher price, because it was a beautiful 5-star hotel. You had to pay your food extra, and still the 12 right ladies showed up, and we had a blast. Yeah. This time saying not 12 people, not super exclusive, but affordable. I mean, yes, we're going to be fed there. It's all going to be organic food. That does cost stuff. I mean, I'm blasted away every day in the baker. Bread, everything is costing so much more. When I talk to restaurant owners, hotel owners, they're all struggling, right? So this is a cooperation where we're all trusting, saying this is going to happen. This is going to be a great weekend. And I just want to make sure that you make that decision for yourself too, because we're now stepping in, and we're going to be starting to invite the whole Quantum Multiverse database to also join in. And I'll be honest with you, I want the core goddesses that started this all to be there. So if not, you're going to be replaced with other women, which of course will also be great. It's all going to be amazing. But here's your reminder, okay? I have to also make a decision, and I'm going to make this decision in this call. So the moment this call is over, my decision will have been made. I've instructed my higher mind. And that is, I've got to make a choice. Do I, in April, fly all the way to Texas, Houston, to a glamorous conference, Wadiwada, and be a speaker there, which for me, now I'm a businesswoman, right, is an investment of my coaching practice. My business will be out for a week, because it's travel, going there, whatever. It's at least 10K with flights and hotels and whatever investment, but it's the glamour and glory of being invited to this very high-class conference and meet amazing entrepreneurs and people there. So it's a potential that could be huge. That's one option. The other option is I go to France, to Terra Nova, and take part in that retreat there. Small retreat, it's with Roy. It would of course be lovely to travel and do that together. They're all the friends that I don't know yet there. Both options are great. I'm not going to do both. Higher mind has already said you're not doing both this month. It's too much. But you've got to choose one. One has to be. So I told Grace the story in the morning too. And she said, yeah, of course you've got to go. I wonder what you're going to decide. And I said, test. What do you get? What do you think is more important? What's better aligned with my highest self? And she was like, I get Texas. So, you know, these choices we all have to make. Will I ever know which is the right choice? No, both are great choices.
I always
I am the one who has to make the choice. Which one am I going for?
Yeah, it's so funny. I always, you know, when I'm walking somewhere and I'm reminding myself of the movies that you see in the movie, you already see what's behind that corner or that corner, that they take the other turn and the true love is standing on the other corner. This is also where we are in. So, and we have to trust our guts. And we also know if we do the other turn, that there will come something else of it. So it's always the best choice. But yeah, Texas sounds good.
Okay, you're getting Texas. Okay,
Yeah,
Linda, I feel you've got something to say.
Yeah, first of all, I always wanted to say, and this we talked a lot this week with Mirella, stand up, dress up, and show up. And for all
Stand up, trust up, and show up.
No, stand up, dress up. Because I find myself, I'm now on my mountain again in France. So I decided, okay, usually I'm dressed different here than when I'm in Holland. Why? Because nobody sees me, but I need to dress up for myself. And this made me realize that we are not doing it for the other part, we're doing it for ourselves. And also the retreat, yes, it's an easygoing price, but it's going to pay you so much more of the feeling you're going to take home. And I think we are really obliged to ourselves to make this decision and to show up there and dress up and be there. Why? Because we all know that it's going to be such a gift to yourself, but also to all the ladies in the world, because we're going to do special things and we make this wave, like in the water, the drop in the water. So we're not only doing it for ourselves now, but to change the environment, to change the world. So I think it's a big responsibility what we are doing.
It's a real-time initiation to Golden Goddess energy.
Yeah, I love that you say initiation, because that is what it really is about.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a cacao ceremony. Just know for all those that are coming, we're going to be doing a cacao ceremony with holotropic breath work. I've been doing this in my home with girlfriends and in small circles. And Jesus wheezy, we fly high on our own supply, because what happens when we drink raw cacao, so when we do a cacao ceremony, we call in the spirit of cacao, we set our intention, we get really clear on our heart's desires, we get in a yummy state, right? Drink the cacao, then we breathe. So after 20 minutes, the cacao starts kicking in. And the cacao, the raw cacao, opens up the capillaries, which means that the blood flow in the body is really enriched and supported, and it opens the space of the heart. So one has found that the natural ingredients of raw cacao open up the heart space, so you feel all warm and compassionate. Then add holotropic breath, and of course the yummy things like the Heelys. So I've already got 2 or 3 mag Heelys that I'm going to have at the retreat. So the room will be charged in frequencies while we're doing all this stuff, right? Then we have the frequencies on top, and we breathe for an hour. It'll be 1 hour of breath work. I swear to God, that'll be your initiation to that goddess energy that we all have in us, but sometimes forget to trust. So that is the initiation. And the other thing that we're going to be doing, which was the idea I had yesterday, you're going to love this, girls. We're going to be doing crafts as well. It's going to be a lot of creative work, because it's not a workshop, it's an experience, right? So we're going to be making crowns. I have the idea we're all going to walk home with our own crowns, because it really is about, dressing up, showing up.
And owning ourselves,
Owning ourselves. Okay. I see in the chat that Nicole had a dream about a hurricane and woke up feeling rather disturbed. Yeah, you know, the dreams could be intense the next coming months. I would write them down, Write them down also with the date that you dreamt it, because you will start seeing patterns in your dreams. And what I do for me, but you know, tune into your intuition, when things come 3 times, it's a fact. So by now, when they come the second time already, I'm really listening. And that is how I believe I saved my family and house, right? So if you've ever read my book, it was the second time this dream of fire in my house came. I channeled, and Christallin told me, you need to change the roof in your house. Our roof was fine. There was nothing wrong with that roof. But Christallin said, no, you need to change the roof in your house, and you need to change it for a steel hurricane-proof roof. We were like, whoo, that was $150K investment, right? That was not easy money that we had lying around somewhere. But I trusted. And thank God, Roy is also someone who then trusts when it comes in Christallin's channeling. He's learned to listen. So this came and we said, okay, we'll do this. So we did it. We changed the roof. We flew to China. Day 5 in China, my mom calls me from Asheville. She was looking after the kids and the dogs. And she says, you will never believe what happened last night. There was such a storm. It was really scary. There was lightning, and lightning struck the house. And we were sitting in the sitting room on the couch, not here, but in Asheville, right? On the couch. And there was such a storm that all the dogs, so the big 2 guard dogs and the little dog, were on the couch with grandma, with the kids, sitting there. Everyone's got their mic on. And while they were sitting there, lightning struck the house, came through the chimney, and stood like a fireball in the living room, a meter away from all the people that I've just told you about. Now, that was a shock. Nothing happened. It was just like, whoa, I've never seen something so scary. Please turn your mic off. Ever before, but nothing happened. I got back to Asheville and talked to the builder. And the builder told me, you know, Joy, if you hadn't had that steel roof, that house would have burnt down to the ground. Wooden houses in the US, they would, right? Lightning on a regular roof, that house would have been gone. So that was my initiation to just friggin' trust. And you want to be able to do that in these coming months. You want to, on a daily basis, make it a habit to tune in and find out. Okay, so the affirmations we're going to integrate today. Are you ready? You want to write these down? I am my safe haven. I stand up for myself and what's right. I stand up, dress up, and show up. Okay? There's my bell. Mirella, you're going to have to take over. My doorbell is just rung. I'll be right back.
Yeah, start tapping. Yeah, so dress up, and Linda is frozen. Yeah, so this is interesting energies going on. So ladies, we have the affirmation, I am my safe haven. I stand up for myself and what's good. I dress up and show up. So that's very important. So let's start doing the switch. Ah, there she is. Okay. I love and accept myself, even when I feel not to be a safe haven as I am. And I love and accept myself, even when
Linda's frozen.
Yeah.
I love and accept myself when I'm a safe haven, and I love and accept myself when I'm not a safe haven. And now I choose to be my safe haven and a safe haven for all those around me. And breathe. Maybe she'll reawaken when we tap her. We'll see at which point Linda comes back. It's a good exercise. I love and accept myself, even when I doubt myself, even when I disconnect from my body and my emotions, when I forget to show up, when I don't stand up for myself. It's okay. And I now choose to step into my power, to stand up, to dress up, and to show up, because I am my safe haven. I am a safe haven, and I will keep showing up and do what's right, because that's who I am. Mirella, take it away on the thumbs.
I have background noise. I'm so sorry. That was I was muted. Can you?
I love and accept myself with all my grief. My grief of the times when my space was not honored, my grief around the times when I didn't show up for myself or for others, my grief on the lost opportunities, my grief for this world, my grief for the injustice I see, for the experiences I had. It's okay. The past stays in the past, and I now choose to step into my power of joy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be a safe haven. I deserve to stand up for myself. I deserve to stand up for what's right. I deserve to keep showing up, dressing up, and doing my best every day in every way. Underneath your collarbones, tap your chest point. I love and accept myself with all my fears of failure, my fears of disappointment, my fear of pain, my fear of humiliation, my fear of rejection, my fear of abandonment. All these fears, it's okay. And now I choose to be courageous, to tune into my heart's desires, to know what I want, to know what's right for me, to know that I am worthy, to know that it's all out there for me, it's all in me, and I'm ready now. I can do this. I will do this, and I'm doing this now. Come to the liver. I invite you to tap or stroke your liver. I love and accept myself. And say it in your sexy voice now. Come on, stay with me. Say it in your sexy voice. Say, I love and accept myself with all my rage. Woo-hoo! At my deepest level. And from the very first time I felt angry. And I choose now to release this anger and step into my power of forgiveness and peace. Oh, I forgive myself. Oh, I forgive myself. And I choose for peace now, because peace is who I am. Let's integrate. I am my safe haven. I am my best safe haven. I stand up for myself. I stand up for what's right. I stand up for peace. I stand up for joy. I stand up for love. I stand up, I dress up, and I show up, and I keep showing up every day in every way, because I deserve it and I am worthy of it, to shine my light bright, brighter than ever before, to be that channel of love, that channel of joy, that channel of peace, that channel of abundance that I am. Yes, 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 yes. And breathe. Tune into your heart. And do a little check-in. How is your heart, that beautiful heart of yours, feeling right now? And if you could have a conversation with your heart, which you can, what would it be telling you right now? What does your heart want you to do? Tune in and allow the answer to bubble up from the depths of your unconscious mind and your higher mind. And then say, what if I knew what my heart wants me to do? What if I knew? What if I knew? And then take a pen and just write down, draw down, whatever comes through. And once you've noted down what you've noted down, you could maybe show it to us. And then we could check, whoops, what our hearts want. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh, your heart is very communicative, Mirella. Scribbled a lot of stuff. So I'm going to now go ahead and I'm going to remove the spotlight so we can all see each other. Okay. And then there we go. So are you brave? Go on, show me what your heart said and stick it in front of the camera. There you go. We had very communicative hearts and some are still busy writing. So in case you can't see it, my heart made me draw a heart and then it said sing, paint, love, dance and create with joy. That's what my heart wants. And there we go. Linda's coming back again. Does anybody want to share what their heart wants? Raise your hand if you have something you'd like to share. Love to hear, love to see. Nice, Mirella. Go on, you tell us. What does your heart want?
Yeah, it wants me to be open, joyful, abundant. So dance in abundance, sexiness, intimacy, and share. You know, just to be that sparkle and inspire and touch other people. Yeah.
Nice, 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 nice. Irene is saying, love myself and my body and feeling joyful. Elke Maria says to let go, to forgive, to let the past go and to forgive my parents. Nice. Anybody else got something they'd like to share? You can unmute yourself, raise your hand. I can't see everyone. Mirella, are you seeing anyone? Oh, there we've got Wilhelmine you'd like to share. Oops, sorry. Accident. Speak.
So much love, so much beauty, abundance, creativity, sharing, healing. In wisselwerking is het Nederlandse woord. Wisselwerking.
Wisselwerking sounds lovely. What is it?
Wisselwerking. Mirella, wisselwerking.
Yeah, I'm thinking wisselwerking.
It is so beautiful. Like
it's
Interaction.
yeah.
Interaction.
Interaction. Nice. Interaction. I like that. It's like being interested.
Yes.
Being in the action.
In all levels. That is the constant. That is the levensbloem, the flower of life.
Nice. Thank you, Wilhelmine. Thank you. We have Yolanda is saying, love myself and have more patience and self-worth. Isn't it interesting how our hearts are saying very similar things, you know? So even if there's even a tiny part of you that's not trusting your own heart, could you trust everybody else's heart here, or at least one of the hearts? Could you, right? And when we see that conversation happening within our own hearts and in the hearts of others, I believe this is what our hearts want. And that's the one we want to serve first. This is the leader, right? This up here is not the leader. This is the amazing computer, the strategist. Here is the leader. So I love that we're listening to our leaders, and some leaders are saying, have more courage. My heart says that I have to trust to go with the flow and not control. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so I'm now going to go ahead and I am going to test. I'm going to connect to the Golden Goddess Mastermind, right? And I'm going to say, okay, what is the best tool for integration for this new paradigm that we're all having with our conversation with our hearts? How can we make this work for us? What's the best tool? Is it the breath? Yes, it's the breath. Is it the breath with the, okay, and then the intention? Okay, here's the thing. The thing we're going to do for the next week, okay? Simple, simple, simple. Will not take you longer than a minute, but you could allow yourself to take longer. Is you're going to massage your heart, you're going to roll up your eyes, and then you're going to say the Christallin Command, even if I don't know how to have the patience to dance with life, how to go with the flow, whatever comes up, All I do know is it is so now, and I am fulfilled. And I delete all the good stuff from me, and I download everything I need to do so now with grace, ease, and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be something even better. I challenge you, sing it. You could even, I mean, come on, we are multitasking goddesses. We could even dance it, right? We could even, I mean, challenge your system, okay? The more wacky you go, that's why I invite you to use funny voices. Say it in your sexiest voice. Say it in your Mickey Mouse voice. Say it in your grumpy voice, whatever it is. But by giving your brain these different inputs, that's how we train it. And then you'll be training your body and your mind at the same time. And if you just say, okay, I'm going to take these 3 minutes. See, I've expanded it. It's already 3 minutes now. I'm going to take these 3 minutes a day. And that's what I commit to doing. I swear to God, if you commit, you will notice changes already after the 3rd day, after the 10th day, after 3 weeks, you'll be like, woo, this is happening. But the thing is, you're going to have to do it every day. It's the consistency. You know, I get a lot of great compliments sometimes from people saying, yeah, I so admire you for going into that cold water every day. I so admire you for this or for that. And you know why it doesn't go to my head? Because it's not rocket science. It's just diligence and consistency. If there's one thing that I'm good at, is I'm disciplined. If I notice something works for me, I will keep doing it again and again and again because it works. But you all have that too. That doesn't take willpower. It really only takes the willpower for maybe the first 3 days just to get going. And then it's more about making your goal, the reason why you're doing this, so juicy, so worth it, that it's natural for you to do it. So your job is, while you're doing this, is to imagine that golden moment, that moment when you know you've made it, and be specific. Where would you be? Would it be inside or outside? Would it be day? Would it be night? Would you be alone or would you be others? What would you be thinking? What would you be feeling? What would be smelling? Right? The more you become that movie creator for that scene, and the more often you tune into it, physics works. It really does. It'll happen. You just got to keep going. And for those times when you're unsure or you feel like, it's not worth it, I have those drama moments. Really, sometimes I have them once a day. And I say, well, fuck it all. I don't care. I'm just going to emigrate. I'm going to, I don't know, get an RV and move through whatever. We all have those moments, but they're only little moments. And all you need to remember is, let's just breathe a little and then decide what we do. And you know what? Then I'll get down on my mat and I'll do 6 minutes of breathing. I'll come back and say, I know why I do it. I know why I get up in the morning. I get up in the morning for moments like this. I get up for those moments when I just see someone else doing something that they didn't think they could do. And I was kind of part of that. Those things. I get up because I'm looking forward to give my daughter a hug. I get up because I know that those moments of connection that I'm going to be having that day, they feed me. And we all have those opportunities, regardless of where we are right now. Do you agree? Cool. Wilhelmina is saying discipline works, where you feel little steps. Yeah, it's little steps, little baby steps. It's just one little baby step after a little baby step. Okay. Do we have any questions? Linda's back. Is your Wi-Fi working now?
I've been tested. My God. My computer went down. It was black. It was funny things doing all over. I said, okay, no, you can't crash because I need you for my work. So I'm going to bless you, bless you, bless you. And I'm going to stay in the middle of the storm. So I entered with my phone because I'm not giving up. I'm going to show up again. It's 9:44. So it's the good timing to say this. And I'm back again and it's working. So
that's right. And I love how you said that, you know, we are tested. I don't know who of you has noticed, and Sabrina, I see that you have your hand up. We'll get to you in a minute. Who of you has noticed that when you're in the process of growing, of kind of just expanding a bit, of going into the right direction, something will happen that makes you doubt it all. You'll be, I don't know, like the computer will crash. There you go. You'll lose your purse. Somebody will start picking a fight with you and you don't know where it's coming from. Some drama will unfold. Who have you noticed that? I do. Every single time I set out to do something new, every single time. Now I laugh about it. So here we go. Okay. Is that all you got? Still going to do it. Still going to do it. So you might want to channel your 3-year-old stubborn self in those moments and imagine that this is just a test. It's just the universe testing you, saying, do you really want this? Do you really, really want this? And then you're going to say, yes, I do. I really, really want this. So get out of my way, right? So these moments of challenge, totally normal. See them as a compliment. It means you're moving. It means that you're doing something. Sabrina, what was your question?
Okay, I translate before. In recent months, I have had a serious health problem with my daughter. She had a major back surgery due to a large lumbar hernia, which could have made her unable to walk. I tell you that thanks to be a God, everything is resolved and that is better. But what I would like to tell you about is that during the difficult days before the surgery, in which there was a lot of confusion on the medical side, I had one intuition after another inside me. Even if I was scared, I felt in my heart the indication for how to proceed. I contacted a friend of mine who is a specialist in spinal surgery and instrumentalist friends, and much more. My every thought materialized and became a resolution. Amazing how everything worked out, how my archangel guided me with sign and lifted my heart. I do every day and every night a Christallin Command, and I think you, Circle Goddess, in my heart.
Thank you, Sabrina.
I will never stop thanking you, become even in this difficult situation. I have learned so much. Now I look forward to meeting you in Riccione. Another gift that life gives me. Thank you for always being there. Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina. You read that so well. And I love how, so congratulations on keeping your calm during your daughter's odyssey. And I'm so glad that you trusted your heart and you got the exact right help and it all unfolded gracefully, right? That's awesome. So that's a beautiful testimony to your power. And I love that we as a Goddess Circle were able to support you by being there in 5D for you. So that's exactly what we want to be doing. Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too. And yes, Riccione in May is going to be an awesome event. I am really, 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 really looking forward to it because, you know, teaching in Italy has its own flair and beauty. So at the beginning of May, we're going to be teaching a 4-day workshop in Riccione. So you could find the data there on mylife.it. We'll be teaching in English, of course, with simultaneous translation into Italian. There will be no live stream. My Life has changed their concept. They're going to do it just in person. So we're definitely going to be sold out. So if you want to be there, make sure that you reserve your spot. Thank you. I'd like to give you another announcement for a free event that's coming up that you might not know about. I have started a series of conversations. Again, this is Christallin giving me all these jobs to do. A series of conversations called the Conversations at the Lighthouse. And these conversations at the lighthouse are a way that I am manifesting my 3D lighthouse, because talking to my witches and my feng shui masters, they said, you can already, you know, it's in there in 5D. A way of bringing it into 3D is by already pretending it's there by giving it a digital name, for instance. So this interview series is called Conversations at the Lighthouse. And my aim is to be interviewing and having conversations with friends, with experts, people I love, sharing their knowledge. So last Sunday, we had a conversation with Andrea Moser, who's part of also the German Golden Goddess Circle. She's an astrologist and feng shui master. Next Sunday, We're going to be doing a conversation again in German, but maybe some of you understand it, with Anne Mönich, who is my Healy expert, a great coach and a survivor of cancer 3 times. And we're going to be having a conversation that is called, what the fuck? Why the challenges of the universe are actually portals to great luck. That might be something that you could be interested in. That's next Sunday, 26th of March at 5 p.m. And then another great free event that again is German, but might be interesting to you, is on Wednesday, to 22nd of March at 6 p.m, where I'm going to be doing an aura analysis. I am going to be doing 3 free aura analyses for people that have signed up to be there. We now already have 35 people on the wait list, but everybody can take part of this webinar gathering. So you can watch the aura scan live from one person to another person. I'll be scanning them. I'll be giving them the feedback of what is coming. And yeah, if that is of interest to you, you'll find the link in the replay mail that we will send. Denise has a question. I have the foresight gift. So you have precognition, yes. So I see what will happen in the future. How can I unite this gift with my visualization of the future when I see that for now is not to realize? So what do you do if you have a conflict between the precognitions that you get of what's coming, and then you have the thing of how do I visualize myself in a great visualization in that timeline? Is that your question, right? Good. Okay. My mind and heart go in a crash. How do I have some faith? Well, to pitch my own product, I have a great meditation for that called Unshakable Faith. So it's a brain training that will train that unshakable faith within you. Listen to it for 90 days. It becomes a habit. But if you don't have that or don't want to get that, what you want to do is notice that regardless of what is going on in the world, regardless of what precognitions or premonitions we have of what is happening and how disastrous that might be, you yourself are your own little bubble, and you are the captain of your ship. So regardless of what's happening around you, you still have the opportunity to make the very, very best out of that situation. So how I do it is I allow my higher mind to guide me. It's not me writing down, I don't know, some mental construct and then reading it by heart every day, and then conjuring up some imagery around that. You can do that. And when we do vision boards, for instance, that's what we're doing, right? But we always want to be coming from here, that you just do what gives you most pleasure, what creates pleasurable feelings inside of you. And that is unique to you. My vision boards, and I have a couple of them, I keep redoing. I do, and I make them by flipping through magazines, ripping things out very intuitively. And often I don't know why I'm putting those things on my vision board. They just give me a good feeling. It's a nice picture, nice colors. It's a great word. I just pop it on there. So I leave space for the universe to bring me what's best for me. I'm not the sort of person who's incredibly attached to certain numbers. I don't care how many followers I have. That doesn't mean anything to me. What gives me the meaning is the feeling I have knowing that so many people around me are benefiting from what I do. And that feeling will be maybe a similar feeling to what you get when you are feeling fulfilled. So trust the feeling first, and then allow that feeling to guide the visualization. And just keep tuning into, okay, so what's here? What's the most loving thing I can do? How would that make me feel? What would I be thinking? What would I be smelling? What would I be hearing? What gives me joy? And that's why I'm so adamant about you girls writing your book of desires. I noticed I hadn't written in it for the last 2 weeks. Totally slipped my mind. That's a shame, isn't it? We should be connecting with our desires on a daily basis, and we should be writing it down, right? So I desire to have fresh flowers around me every week. I desire that, and that's why I have it. And I keep finding new ways to do it. People give me flowers. I go pick flowers. People give me little seedlings of plants. What are your desires? Write down a desire now. We still have 6 minutes. Let's end this circle with a desire. And those of you who already know your desire, why don't you share it with us? Raise your hand. We will unmute you. And the sentence you want to start out with, the fragment is, I desire And then be concise, okay? No stories. I desire this. And no matter what it is, we're going to say, so shall it be, or something even better. Okay, Mirella, I think you have one.
Yes. I desire to dance every day.
So shall it be, or something even better. Yes. I desire to dance every day too. Correct.
Yeah.
Choose someone, Mirella.
Annette Burkhardt.
Put her on spotlight. Come on, show up.
I cannot do that, but
Oh,
Annette.
Annette Burkhardt, come on. We're waiting for you. What is your heart's desire?
Yes. My heart's desire is always to have enough money to have good clothes, good restaurants, good hotels, and to do whatever I would like to do.
Financial
Without thinking
freedom.
about that, about counting and so on.
Right? I would invite you to say, I desire financial freedom.
I desire financial freedom.
Okay, now say it again and look in the camera.
I
and say,
desire financial freedom.
That's right. That's your
I
mantra.
desire financial freedom. Yes.
This would be my suggestion to you is,
Yes.
and your language might be, ich glaube, du sprichst Deutsch, oder?
Ja, genau.
Genau.
Ja.
Ich begehre finanzielle
Begehre.
Freiheit.
Ja, schön,
Jawohl, ich begehre. You know?
Begehre.
German speakers are like, no, begehre klingt zu böse. Nein, ich
Ja.
begehre, ich sehne mich nach finanzieller Freiheit. Okay?
Mhm.
Und ich bin es wert. Dein Punkt ist hier unten. Okay?
Okay.
Die nächste Woche, das ist dein Punkt. Da gehst hin. Ich bin es wert und das begehre ich.
And
Dankeschön.
it's nice because begehren is much more sensual as
Yeah.
ich sehne mich nach. That's great.
Yeah.
I love
Then you
begehren.
get the desire.
So
yeah.
it's nice to allow myself to begehren. Not just
Exactly.
to wish for it. That's good. Thank you.
Exactly. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, next one. Anime Moons. Sweetheart, come here.
Yes.
What do you desire?
I was reading in the chat. I desire my greatest desire is the connection with my son.
I desire a loving, beautiful connection with my son. Yes.
Yes.
So shall it be, or something
something
even better.
Yes.
Own that desire. Juice it up. I invite you to get in front of the mirror. You don't have to do it in front of us, but get in front of a mirror. If you're really brave, do it naked. And then tell yourself that desire and do a little sensual dance while you're doing it. Turn some music on and say, I desire a healthy, joyful connection with my son. Yes. I desire it. Okay. And tell your body. See, you're already starting to smile more now, right? Feel the juiciness of that desire, because that's really opening up your second energy center. That's where you're creating, right? So you want to imagine the feelings that you would have if that were already so. Yeah? Can you do
Yeah,
that?
thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
my
you.
honey. Okay, one more. Dorian Kani. You ready? What's your desire? You've got to unmute yourself, yes. You start with I desire.
I desire financial freedom.
Excellent. So shall it be, or something even better? Can you now say it again and say it as if you own it?
I desire financial freedom.
Yes, you do. Nice. Thank you, honey. Thank you. Cool. Okay, we did amazing work, I would say. Lucienne says, I desire to trust myself and life always. Yes. So step one is really tune into the desire, then own the desire and speak about it as if it were already so, at least inside of yourself. Okay? So yours, Lucienne, would be, I trust myself. I trust life always.
And fun way is to explore, like, what is the first thing I notice when I have it? I had the desire. So that's so much fun to do. Yeah.
Repeat the question again.
How will you notice that it's done, or something even better? How do
Okay,
you
so
notice
how
it?
will you notice that it is so? How will you notice? Cool. Thank you, goddesses. We love you. We send you so much love and joy and peace and abundance and the effortless manifestation of your juiciest heart's desires. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and see you again next week. Or before, right? We have 22nd of March, the aura analysis, 26th of March, the conversation at the Lighthouse with Anne Mönich, or what the fuck, and next Monday, we see each other again. Bye-bye.
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 Thank